Hi guys, welcome to our first episode of Put Her In Coach. I'm Cameron Boyd.
And I'm Madeline Colser.
And we are so excited to be your host this year. This podcast is produced by AWSM, which is the Association for Women in Sports Media. It's a national organization and it serves as a support network for women in sports media or those pursuing a career in the field. Our chapter started last year, so we're trying to do a lot of work to build it up, and this is one of our ways of doing that. In this podcast, we'll discuss news about sports on campus and other schools in the GAC, and even bring on some of our own athletes as guests. But the first thing I want to talk about is Madeline's volleyball documentary, Front Row. You've been working on this documentary over the whole semester so far. You've been filming, editing, producing these episodes on the OSD and YouTube, which is a lot to do on your own, and you've done a great job so far. And I just wanted you to give us some details about your experience and just tell us how that has been so far.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. It's definitely been a challenge just because working with the volleyball team, you move in early with them, you're at their practices. I was even at a few of their physicals going into the season. But what's been so much fun is just getting to travel with them. I think in the first couple of weeks of the semester, we drove out to Tyler to play in the UT Tyler Invitational, I believe, and it was 3 whole days of just game after game after game. I don't think I've ever been that exhausted from just working with a camera. In the daytime, I would be shooting all the games. In the evening, I would be uploading footage. I would be with the team at all their meals. It truly was a fun experience, but I will say it has been a lot.
Yeah.
Working with the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, we're broadcasting all the volleyball games, but on top of that, I'm also down the court shooting, and so it's been a challenge trying to figure out how to balance both. But Cameron, it's been so much fun just getting to see how the team reacts to the games, and it's always fun kind of hearing their comments on the episodes, but it really has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of fun. I mean, you're kind of like an honorary member to the volleyball team.
That is very true. That is very true.
Yeah, you get a lot of the backstage type stuff.
Yes. One little thing I was thinking of, so in each practice, they will always do their big warm-up drill going into practice. And at the very end, they will all toss the balls to the coaches and run by and high-five them. One of my favorite memories is during what I think was one of the first 3 practices. One of the girls high-fived me. I was like, wait a second, what's going on? And then they all start high-fiving me. And so, every time I'm at a practice or at a game, they, bring me into the line and they start high-fiving me along with the coaches. And I adore this team. All these girls are so, so sweet. They have my heart. I will say, come senior night, I will be bawling my eyes out. But it truly is such an amazing team to work with.
You've grown, attached.
I really have.
Yeah.
I really have.
That's awesome, though. Now I just want to talk some more about the volleyball team, which we are also wearing our volleyball shirts tonight. Just the several accomplishments they've had this year. Just starting out their season, they swept their home opener against Arkansas Monticello, which I would say really set the tone
Very much so.
For the rest of the season. And then
they swept Harding and broke their 7-match winning streak. Now, I will say that game was a nail-biter, I will just say, because one team would go up in a set, another team would go up in a set. Even though we won 3-0 in that game, it really was a nail-biter.
Yeah, and I mean, currently they're undefeated in conference, which is a great accomplishment, especially looking at their conference record from last year.
Yes. It was 10-6 last season versus 9-0 this season. And the fact that they've come so far in this season to reach that record is such a big deal, especially with Coach Allison Frizzell Kaiser. She's currently in her 8th year of coaching. And honestly, quite possibly her most successful season as well, just because of how well the team has done.
Right, and she did play for Ouachita volleyball team back when she was in college, so this must be such a full circle moment for her, being the coach and then seeing them do so well. And not only are they doing so well, but they're ranked first in the GAC.
Yes.
So that pretty much speaks for itself. And then another thing we wanted to talk about is how they barely lost any players last year. I mean, we had one senior, Avery Giles.
Yes.
So, I mean, the team is majority upperclassmen this year, And, I mean, that can come with pros and cons, I would say.
It does. I will say with the majority of the team being upperclassmen, they know how the games go. They know how the season goes. They know how these teams play. But what's so special is sophomore Maddie Landry and freshman Sophie Henry. Both of them have escalated so much in their playing. They've made so many significant contributions in several of this season's matches. I'm proud of these girls. I will just say that.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed getting to watch Sophie Henry when she went in a couple matches ago because she has so much height to her.
Yes.
And so she can really get up on top of the ball, and she's a middle hitter, and that's what I used to play in high school. So it's just always fun to watch people in that position that I used to play. And even though, like, the leadership is good, all this stuff, it does mean we will be losing more players.
Correct.
But like you said, the future of this team has a lot of potential with players like Maddie Landry and Sophie Henry. And just, I mean, the whole lineup. They're pretty stacked, I would say.
In terms of records, though, Kylie Kiskin just surpassed 1,000 career digs, which is a huge deal to her. And then Courtney Hansen, senior Courtney Hansen, just surpassed 4,000 career assists.
Which is amazing.
It really is. And McCourtney also just made Setter of the Week for the second time in a row for the GAC. And I think also for the 11th time in her career.
Like, amazing accomplishments. And I just want to, like, brag on both of them a little bit because Kylie Kiskin, I remember watching her last year. Avery Giles was the libero, and you could kind of see Kylie working up to be in that position. And she would get switched in often, but, you know, Avery was full-time libero. And so it's so cool to see Kylie work up to be in that position and how well she's improved and just been a leader for the team.
Yes. And speaking of records being made, Washita did just announce 8 former athletes and 2 former coaches who are representing at least 7 different sports who will be included in the Washita Athletics Hall of Fame on October 31st. What's so interesting, though, is one of them is actually from the women's volleyball team, Lisa Cooper.
Yeah, and I think it's even more interesting because 8 of the inductees are men, so only 2 of them are women, and then 1 just so happens to be from the volleyball team. And I think that she is a great representation of what Washita volleyball still stands for. She was nominated for National Association of Intercollegiate Athletes, All-American, that's a big word, but for 3 seasons straight. And then she also helped Washita get a combined 71-25 record. So while she was here, she had a pretty successful time. And, you know, just like I said, still represents what we stand for today.
Exactly. This weekend, the Washita volleyball team also has 2 games coming up and the potential to hit an 11-0 record. Thursday, they're playing Southern Nazarene in their annual Pink Out game, so everyone will be wearing pink. Now, Southern Nazarene has not had quite as a successful season as Washita. They're currently 8-13 overall and 3-6 in conference. And then Friday, we're actually playing the other OBU, Oklahoma Baptist. And they also swept Arkansas Monticello, but they're currently 7-2 in conference. So both good teams.
Right.
We shall see how this plays out.
Yeah, and I was doing a little bit of research of both how they've played in the past years. So Washita has beat Southern Naz the past 2 years. But, I mean, that doesn't speak to how they are as a team this year. You know, there's always potential for a win. And I don't like to speak too soon about the 11-0 record. I mean, I'm hopeful.
I hope so.
I'm hopeful,
hope so.
But I don't want to jinx anything. But I expect them to both be very good games. And I'm excited to see them play. We'll both be there.
Yes.
So tune in for that on OSDN, by the way.
She'll be working the broadcast. I'll be down in the court with the camera.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Episode 4 of Front Row. By the way, check out Front Row on the Washita Sports Digital Network. Episodes coming out every 3-ish weeks, depending when I edit. But it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back soon for the next episode and more news in Washita sports.
And again, I'm Cameron.
I'm Madeline.
And this has been Put Her in Coach.